welcome to our kitchen. I'm Peggy, and Marie Hegler is here with me from Clemson University. Now, Marie is not only an excellent cook, she's also very informed about food safety and nutrition. And thank you for sharing with us today from Clemson University Extension. And you've got tailgating, but you know what? There are people who don't tailgate, but they still love to go out and hike in the woods and take their families and have picnics in the fall, which is pure joy. So this folder with these recipes would help a lot of people.
Yes, it's kind of feeding a crowd. So you can use this if people are coming over, if you're taking your food on a picnic or tailgating.
So it fits a lot of circumstances.
Yeah. There's a couple of recipes that are near and dear to my heart. So
this tomato orzo pasta salad.
Yes, that's what we're going to start off with.
Is that what you're going to do?
That is what we're going to start off with.
Okay.
What I have here steaming in front of you is just a pot of boiling water. And then we're going to add orzo to it in just a minute. We're going to wait till it gets to a
How
boil.
much orzo do you?
This is 8 ounces of orzo. So if you get like a pound box, use half of it. And orzo kind of looks like, it's like the
looks
baby.
like little grains of rice.
It's like the baby between rice and pasta.
Yeah.
But it is a pasta.
But it is good. Oh, I love it.
So I'm going to, once that kind of gets a little bit more bubbly, we'll add it in.
All right.
And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and compose the other parts of the salad. So we're going to start with a pint of grape tomatoes that I've halved already.
All right.
And you can use whatever kind of tomato. If you like cherry tomatoes, you can use those. You can use heirloom tomatoes. So we're just going to put it in this bowl right here.
So that's 1 pint.
That is
and
1
you
pint.
cut them all in half.
All in half. So they were like this. Now they're not. And then we're going to chop up some herbs. And what makes this really good is that there's going to be some basil and some mint and a lot of fresh herbs. We're also going to put some mozzarella in it. So it's almost like a caprese salad, which is tomato, mozzarella, and basil.
Now I think, look at this.
Yes, ma'am.
How about it?
I'm going to go ahead and...
You want me to watch it, so it doesn't...
And just in case it foams, because last time I did it, kind of foamed up, and then I got...
We don't want it all over the kitchen.
And that's going to cook, just follow the directions on the package, but that'll probably cook for about 9 minutes. So we should have everything done by the time that finishes. So I'm going to also add a 1/4 cup of fresh chopped basil. And these are just basil leaves that I'm going to show you how I chopped it up using the mint. So you can just go ahead and add that in there.
Oh, that's so good.
Then we're going to chop up some mint. And so what I did with this basil, what I'm going to do with this mint, is I basically pull apart the mint leaves and then stack them up like this. And then roll them. And now you can this is going to make kind of little ribbons, but I like to chop it up even finer than that. But this is a good way if you've ever wanted to give a little garnish to something, it makes like a little ribbon of mint.
Oh.
But I'm going to chop that up further.
All right, because you want it fairly fine for this recipe.
Yes. So it just gets dispersed throughout the orzo pasta. So I'm going to chop up a little bit more. If you wanted to add parsley to this, that would be good. You could add a lot. You could add just basil. Turn that down a little bit. But so this is a 1/4 cup of chopped basil, and it's a 1/4 cup of chopped mint.
I'm going to push this outside. We don't want this boiling over.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And so we're adding this. This is going to have a nice color to it as well. All right. And I'm also going to add some mozzarella, which I normally you get the shredded mozzarella, but this is actually in a bowl.
That's better. I love that too on a salad.
So we're going to make just nice little dice of mozzarella. So I'm just going to chop it. And this is also, if you make pizza at home, this is a good form of mozzarella to use because it melts really nicely. But we're not really trying to make it melt in this dish, although it might melt a little bit with the hot pasta added to it. So you're just going to add little dice mozzarella. And normally this kind of salad, when I was looking into different pasta salads, a lot of people use feta. So feta would be really good in this as well, or goat cheese. any kind of.
I love that. So you're using quite a bit of it then.
I just used the whole. It's 8 ounces.
You use the whole ball.
Whole ball.
Okay.
You could add less or more, just depending on what floats your boat. And then we're going to make a little dressing. And the dressing that we're going to use is going to be a lemon kind of juice dressing. So
you want 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice.
Yes. So that kind of rubbed it a little bit so that it would be easy to get the juice out. If you can, try not to get any seeds in it, because sometimes I'm not good at doing that. And this is probably about 2 lemons that's going to go in here. Maybe 3.
So you want 1/4 cup.
Then we're just going to add a little bit of olive oil to this as well.
2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. You just put that all together.
Yes, ma'am.
And one thing that is important to remember, and you're the safety expert, if you're going to pack a picnic or a tailgating, be sure that the things that need to be kept cold are kept cold.
Yes. Just food safety is really a lot of common sense in that respect. Keeping cold foods cold.
Take
and
your
hot foods
cooler
hot.
and make sure the food that needs to be there is in that cooler.
And what a lot of times people do is I know I've been to some tailgates where people leave it out for a really long time.
I know.
And that also is not very good.
Now, you want
Strain this
olive
real quick.
oil mixed with that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we have 2 tablespoons of the extra virgin olive oil gets put right in with the lemon juice.
Yes.
All right.
So, 2 tablespoons of this. Then we're also going to add some garlic and give that a little stir and see how that's going.
I think it's fine. I didn't want it to stick. No,
We're
it's
good.
fine. No problem.
So we're going to add some garlic, and I just smashed the garlic to get the wrapping off of it. And then we're just going to mince this up. This is going to add another layer
So
of
that's
flavor.
1 shallot all chopped up.
This is with garlic, but I'm about to do a shallot in a second too. And shallot is just like it's a baby onion kind of. It's a little bit milder
Well,
than.
it's kind of special.
It is kind of special. And I like in dressings and that kind of thing, I feel like it gives it a more milder onion flavor than what you would normally with like a
So you
red
have your
onion.
mint leaves, your basil leaves, the grape tomatoes, the cheese, and
Then
now
shallot, which looks like a baby onion, or like sort of like garlic as well. And so when you slice into it,
yeah.
so yeah, we're just going to mince this up. It's just going to again add a nice little mild onion flavor. But if you just wanted to use regular onion, you could, or purple onion. And then this can be made ahead of time. That's another good. I always like dishes that can be made a little bit ahead of time, so you're not. And it's also good just to kind of have it.
Let it
Yes.
sit for a little while and get all the flavors mixed in, right?
Correct. We might taste that in a second and see that could be done. I'm not sure. What's it look like? Does it need a little more time, you think?
Maybe just a tiny bit.
Good, because we're not ready yet, so.
So you put how much of that in? 1 whole?
One whole one, yeah.
Okay.
And when you're packing for a tailgate,
Yeah.
it's good to put your food in one and your beverages in the other, just because you don't want to be opening up. If you have bottled waters and stuff, you don't want,
Okay.
because people know you're going to get thirsty at a game. So it's good to have your food, and when you are storing them, in a separate cooler altogether,
That's a good idea.
because you don't want it open and clean. You want to maintain a good temperature on
Okay.
them. And then, last but not least, we're going to add
You want some little
salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. And
So
you've
it's-
already mixed them.
I did. So
Yeah.
that was a half teaspoon of salt.
And a half teaspoon of ground black pepper.
All right, so got
I
that.
think this is,
You done with that?
what do you think? I think
that's
so.
good.
I think
I'm
it's
gonna drain
okay.
this.
All
Turn
right,
that off.
there we go. Do you have something?
If you want to stir
All right.
this right here while I drain it, great.
And then you put your dressing on at the very last.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, this looks wonderful. And this is also very good for you because you have all the fresh things and then you have some protein in the cheese, right?
That's right. And it's real colorful and pretty.
And how many
And you
people?
don't even need really. This would be really good by itself if you didn't want to have to put pasta in it.
Yeah.
If you were going for like a gluten-free approach, you could do
All
that.
right. Okay, there we go.
I'll give that a good stir.
Get it all in there.
That's right.
There, how's that?
It's good. I'm also going to go ahead and add this dressing to it as well.
You just pour that all
All on top. And stir
and
that
then
up.
stir. Oh, Marie, that's beautiful.
And then you let this chill. And what you could do, you could let the pasta cool before you.
You
add
know,
it.
you could serve this with hamburgers at home or if you're having hamburgers on the grill or whatever. This is, I guess you could even use, how's that? You could even
Perfect.
use it with fish or chicken.
You could. You could
Go
add
with
the
anything.
protein to that as well.
Did I do all right?
You did
Is it
perfect.
all? The expert approves.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Okay.
I'm gonna move it down here in
All right.
the tailgating scape that we have.
Right there in front of the football. So
All right.
we're ready. Now,
Next things next.
I wanted to tell people about this. Marie always brings us these beautiful, colorful folders, and they're packed with information. And if you would like this tailgating folder with special food safety tips, you're welcome to it. It is free. And we appreciate that self-addressed stamped envelope. And you need to put the number of the recipe on the envelope so we know what you wanted. And it's recipe number 844. And send it to the Peggy Denny Show, Post Office Box 1616, Greenville, South Carolina, 29602. Or you can click on peggydenny.com. And hopefully we're going to have all these recipes posted there for you. Now we're going to take a break and come right back. And she has ginger orange chicken bites plus some healthy snacks. We'll be right back.